Class 6, welcome to your science class. In continuation with chapter 9, movement in animals, here I bring part 2 for you. So let's see what we are going to learn in today's class. Today we'll learn about movement in human beings. In the previous class we have already studied about movement in some of the animals such as earthworms, snail, birds, fish, cockroach, etc. Today we will focus on human beings. We will learn about human skeletal system and different components of human skeletal system. So let's start with it. Movement in human beings. Movement in human beings takes place with the help of two systems in our body. First is skeletal system and the other is muscular system. In today's class we will discuss mainly about skeletal system. Human beings can move various parts of their body, for example their limbs, jaws, eyelids, tongue, etc. Some of the movements also result in a change of our place or location. Such voluntary movements are called as locomotion. Some movements that are responsible for locomotion are walking, running, climbing, swimming, etc. Now coming on to human skeletal system. Human skeletal system is the bony framework that is present inside of our body. If you remember, while discussing about snail, we discussed that it has a skeletal system which is present outside of its body, that is known as exoskeleton. But in our case, in case of humans, we have the entire skeletal system that is inside of our body, and that is known as endoskeleton. So this skeletal system of human beings contain of bones and cartilages. Cartilages are the soft connective tissue about which we will learn in the later classes. Functions of skeletal system. How is skeletal system important for our body? It is because of the skeletal system that our body has a definite shape. Our skeletal system maintains the correct body posture. It helps in protection of delicate internal organs and it also helps in locomotion. So what are the components of the skeletal system? We have bones in almost every part of our body. We have it in our hands, legs, head, we have it in our chest, we have it in our hips, we have it everywhere. So do you know that how many bones make up the human skeletal system? We have 206 bones in our body, and all these bones can be categorized into 5 major components. They are skull, backbone, rib cage, limbs and girdles. Now let's discuss about them one by one. Starting with the skull. The skull is the bony structure that is present in the head and our face. So we have 8 bones that is covering up our brain, which is also known as the brain case, and there are 14 bones which are present in our face. They are known as facial bones. Overall they make up 22 bones in our skull. Out of all the 22 bones, we have only one movable bone, and that is our jawbone. The lower jaw is the only bone in our entire skull that is able to move. The rest of them are fused together. Our skull is also known as cranium. The function of the skull is to protect the brain and eyeballs from injury. As it is a hard casing, so it provides complete protection to the brain. The eyeballs are fixed in the eye sockets. So these eye sockets, they provide support and protection to the eyes. Then we have lower jawbone, which helps us in chewing and talking. Moving on to the next component of our skeletal system, that is the backbone. Our backbone is attached to the base of the skull and it runs along the back of our body. It is also known by various other names such as spinal column, spine and vertebral column. The entire backbone is not made up of one single bone, but it is made up of multiple units, multiple bones, which are known as vertebrae. So we have 33 individual vertebrae which combines to make one long backbone. The backbone is appearing curved when we see it from the side. The function of the backbone is to act as the central support for the body. It acts as a pillar. It also helps to protect the spinal cord that runs within it. I hope you already are aware that spinal cord helps in the nerve impulse transmission. It helps in transmission of messages from the brain to the body and from the various parts of the body to your brain. So it protects the spinal cord, and backbone is one of the main bones which helps your body and supports it during locomotion. The next component of our skeletal system is rib cage. Rib cage is present in the chest region of our body and it is made up of 12 pairs of bones which are called as ribs. Ribs are attached to a flat bone at the center which is also known as sternum. So 10 pairs are joined to the sternum, and out of these 10 pairs we have only 7 pairs which fuse directly to the sternum, while the other 3 are fused with each other. And there are the last 2 pairs which are free. They are not joined to the sternum. Because of this, they are also known as floating ribs. The function of rib cage is to protect the internal organs such as lungs, heart and major blood vessels. It also helps in breathing as it anchors the muscles that help in breathing. It expands when you inhale air and it gives extra room for the lungs to expand and increase in size. Now the next important component of our skeletal system is girdle or the girdles. We have 2 girdles in our body. The first is the pectoral girdle, which is also known as the shoulder girdle, and the second is pelvic girdle, which is also known as the hip girdle. Pectoral girdle is present in the shoulders and it helps in the attachment of arms to our rest of the body, and pelvic girdle protects some of the organs such as kidney and reproductive organs. Moving on to the last component of skeletal system, that is the limb or the limbs. We have 2 pairs of limbs in our body, that is forelimb and the hind limbs. Forelimbs are the hands, whereas hind limbs are the legs. So our forelimb have one long upper arm bone which is also known as humerus. Then after that is followed by 2 lower arm bones which are known as radius and ulna. Then after that comes our wrist, which has collection of 8 bones that are joined together. Then we have 5 palm bones which are followed by 14 finger bones. The upper arm bones are connected to the collarbone and the shoulder blade, and the shoulder blade is in turn attached to the backbone. So this is how the entire bones in our body are connected to each other. Then comes the hind limbs. Hind limb has one long thigh bone. This thigh bone is known as femur, and femur is the longest and strongest bone in our body. Then we have 2 lower leg bones which are known as tibia and fibula. Tibia and fibula are very strong as they have to carry the weight of the entire body. So the thigh bones are connected to the hip girdle, and the thigh bone is connected to the lower leg bones with the help of a kneecap or patella. Kneecap or patella is very important for our movement. Forelimbs help us in performing several activities such as holding, lifting and gripping. And the hind limbs, they help to bear the weight of our body at rest as well as when we are in movement. So there are several muscles that are at the bones of the limbs which help us in movement. That's all for today's class. Tomorrow's class we will learn something about joints. Till then, all of you have a nice day.